Trump's energy betrayal. Your skyrocketing bills exposed the hidden costs hitting hard. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode where we dive straight into the issues that matter most to everyday folks like you and me. Today, we're talking about something that's probably already burning a hole in your wallet, those rising energy bills. You know, the ones that sneak up on you every month, making it tougher to cover the basics. And right now, in 2025, it's crystal clear that Donald Trump's heavy push on fossil fuels is jacking up costs for millions of American families. No hype, just the hard facts from reliable reports and data. Let's break it down step by step, because this isn't just politics, it's about your money and how policies are making life more expensive. First off, let's look at the big picture. Since Trump stepped back into office in January 2025, energy bills across the U.S. have jumped by a whopping 13%. That's not some small change, it's a real hit to household budgets that are already stretched thin from everything else going up, like groceries and rent. Think about it. If your average electric bill was around $150 a month last year, you're now looking at an extra $20 or so tacked on every single time. Over a year, that adds up to hundreds of dollars that could have gone towards something useful, like school supplies for the kids or fixing that leaky roof. This spike didn't happen by accident. Trump's agenda has been all about energy dominance, which sounds great on paper, but in reality means ramping up natural gas production and exports like never before. Natural gas is a key player here because it's what powers a lot of our homes and electricity plants. But when you export massive amounts of it overseas, guess what? The supply left for us here at home gets tighter, and prices go up. In the first 9 months of 2025 alone, U.S. households shelled out an extra $124 on natural gas compared to the same period in 2024. That's not pocket change. That's real money families are losing because the focus is on selling our resources abroad instead of keeping costs down for Americans. To put this in perspective, the U.S. is now exporting so much natural gas that the 8 major export terminals are gobbling up more of it than all 184 million Americans who get direct natural gas from utilities combined. Yeah, you read that right or heard it right, since this is audio you can listen to while folding laundry or chilling on the couch. Those exports surged by 22% in the first 9 months of 2025, directly linking to the higher costs we're all facing. It's like hosting a huge party and giving away all the food to the neighbors while your own family goes hungry. Experts have been warning about this for years, but under this administration, the export frenzy has only accelerated, leaving domestic users to compete for what's left and pay premium prices. Remember Trump's campaign promise. He said he'd slash electricity bills in half within his first year back in office. That was a bold claim, repeated over and over. But fast forward to the end of 2025, and the opposite is happening. Electricity costs are up, not down higher than in 2024, with seasonal spikes making it even worse for folks in colder states. Instead of relief, we're seeing increases of up to 13% on average, depending on where you live and the time of year. Trump's team has pointed fingers at everything from weather to past policies, but the data tells a different story. His administration has stalled permits for over 500 clean energy projects and rolled back tax credits that could have helped bring in cheaper, renewable options. That's not dominance. That's putting roadblocks in the way of progress that could actually lower bills, and it's not just about natural gas or electricity in isolation. The ripple effects are everywhere. Higher energy costs mean higher prices for everything else: manufacturing, farming, transportation. When factories pay more to keep the lights on, they pass those costs to consumers. Same with trucking companies hauling goods across the country. It's a chain reaction that's exacerbating the overall cost of living crisis. Reports show that since January 2025, over 108 million electric customers and nearly 49 million natural gas customers in almost every state are dealing with increased or proposed utility hikes totaling almost $85.8 billion. Break that down. That's billions in extra charges spread across the nation, hitting states like Texas, California, New York, and everywhere in between. In some places, residential natural gas prices are up 98% since Trump took office, with an 8% jump year over year. If you're in a colder climate, winter heating bills could be brutal, forcing tough choices like turning down the thermostat or skipping other essentials. Critics from various think tanks and advocacy groups have called this out as a failed policy that's exposing the lie of those campaign promises. Instead of prioritizing affordable energy for families, the focus has been on bailing out fossil fuel industries and letting Wall Street cash in on exports. Energy emergency orders are essentially making everyday people subsidize these big players. It's no wonder groups like People Power United are stepping up, saying enough is enough. They argue that energy policy should put working families first, not corporate profits or overseas sales. Affordable heat, lights, and power aren't luxuries, they're necessities. When bills rise, it's seniors on fixed incomes who shiver through winter, parents who stress over budgets, and communities that suffer overall. Let's zoom in on why exports are such a game changer. The U.S. became the world's top exporter of liquefied natural gas, LNG, under previous administrations, but 2025 saw a massive push to expand that even further. Higher exports mean less supply domestically, which drives up spot prices at hubs like Henry Hub. The Energy Information Administration, IA, expects the 2025 average natural gas price to be 58% higher than in 2024, with forecasts for even more in 2026. That's not speculation. It's based on data showing export growth outpacing production increases. In fact, impartial analysts have confirmed that LNG exports are directly causing higher natural gas prices for U.S. consumers. And with tariffs and trade tensions adding another layer, prices are bracing for more impacts. Now, you might wonder about alternatives. Clean energy like solar and wind could help stabilize costs because they're not tied to volatile fossil fuel markets. But the administration has phased down tax credits for these and dismantled programs aimed at cutting electricity demand through efficiency. That's a missed opportunity. States that invested in renewables before 2025 are seeing smaller bill increases, but nationally, the fossil fuel focus is dragging everyone down. High electric bills are the direct result of policies favoring big polluters over consumers. The nationwide scope is staggering. From coast to coast, 47 states have seen electricity bills rise, while efforts to bring in cheaper, cleaner power are blocked. In the Midwest, where natural gas is king for heating, families are paying 4% more on average for gas power this year compared to 2024. Out west, data centers and industrial demands are compounding the issue, but the root is the same: export-driven shortages. Even in the South, where summers mean cranking the AC, utility rates are a potent issue heading into future elections. So what can be done? Groups like People Power United are urging action. They say it's time for policies that protect affordability and reliability. One simple step: call your lawmakers at 202-224-3121. It takes less than a minute. Just say something like, "Hi, my name is your name," from your area. Energy costs are rising, and it's hurting families. I want policies that prioritize affordable utilities over exports and profits. Please push for solutions that put people first. Voters are watching, and collective voices can shift things. In the end, this is about broken promises and real consequences. Trump vowed dominance and lower bills, but 2025 delivered higher costs and hardship. The data doesn't lie, from EIA forecasts to advocacy reports. It's all pointing to the same thing: a gas-first approach that's failing families. We deserve better energy that's reliable, affordable, and sustainable. My videos are audio, which is something you can freely listen to without missing an episode while you clean, do dishes, or relax. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. Follow so we can stay connected. Your support matters more than you know, and I appreciate every moment you give to listen. Your support is important to me, and it helps me a lot. Feel free to like, support, and subscribe. Crowning Thoughts, True Speaker Copyright 2025 by Santiago DC Maria, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution. I love you all and stay blessed. Thank you for listening. Love always. Santiago DC Maria.